Why are the very traits that once defined a strong man now seen as dangerous? Why is discipline called oppression and ambition called greed? If you're a man trying to live by timeless values in a world that no longer honors them, this video is for you. Today's world often feels hostile to strength, discipline, and masculine virtue. Men who strive for excellence are called oppressive. Men with ambition are seen as greedy. Those who seek to protect and lead are painted as relics of the past. In such a world, it's easy to fall into victimhood, to feel attacked, isolated, and bitter. But the Stoics chose a different path. They don't complain, they don't beg for approval, they don't conform. Instead, they endure, they adapt, they rise above. Not by begging for validation, but by living with such excellence that no insult, betrayal, or hostility can touch the soul. Here are 5 essential Stoic principles for any man who feels under attack and seeks to rise. Principle 1. Endure insults without internalizing them. The first assault on a man is rarely physical. It's verbal. It's psychological. It's emotional. The world will attack your values, distort your strength, mock your masculinity. Marcus Aurelius said, "Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been." A Stoic understands this truth. Insults have no power unless you give them power. No one's words can hurt you unless you let them into your mind. Why it matters? Reacting emotionally to insults puts you under the control of those who hate you. Silent endurance protects your peace and multiplies your power. A man who cannot be baited, cannot be beaten. How to apply it? Practice mentally dismissing insults. See them as meaningless noise, not legitimate attacks. Train your mind daily to detach from public opinion. And remember, insults reveal more about the attacker than the target. An unacknowledged insult is a punch that lands on air. Principle 2. Adapt without compromising your core. Adaptability is not weakness, it's strategic survival. Seneca advised, "Sometimes we sail with the wind, sometimes against it, but sail we must." Don't drift, don't anchor. The Stoic man understands laws change, culture shift, expectations evolve. What matters is not stubborn rigidity, but the intelligent ability to adjust tactics while staying loyal to unchanging principles. Why it matters? Rigidity shatters under pressure. Adaptability survives the storm. You can stay true to your core even as everything else around you shifts. That's not weakness. It's wise survival, the mark of a man who knows his mission. Adapting tactics doesn't mean abandoning your soul. It means finding new roads to serve the same mission. A man who adapts wisely becomes unstoppable over time. How to apply it? Learn to separate your principles, which are sacred, from your methods, which must be flexible. Stay loyal to your mission, but be willing to change how you fight for it. Be like water, not stone, unyielding in essence, but fluid in form. Stoic reminder: adaptation is not surrender, it is strength in motion. Principle 3. Silence is your shield and sometimes your sword. The modern world worships noise. Everyone's shouting, everyone's complaining, everyone's broadcasting their wounds. The Stoic path runs the opposite direction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best answer to anger is silence. Silence is not weakness. It's strategic control. It denies your enemies the pleasure of your reaction. It preserves your energy for what truly matters. It gives truth space to rise without needing endless defense." Why this matters? When you speak too quickly in self-defense, you grant legitimacy to your critics. You give power to those who don't deserve it. Silence baffles attackers and protects your dignity. Silent men are feared more than loud ones, because their strength is assumed, not explained. How to apply it? Resist the urge to explain or defend yourself to people who have no right to judge you. Speak only when your words serve a purpose greater than ego. Let your actions and results speak so loudly that words become unnecessary. Stoic reminder: silence is often the language of the undefeated. Principle 4. Turn adversity into your training ground. The Stoics didn't see hardship as punishment, but as preparation. Epictetus said, "Difficulties show what men are." When the world turns hostile to virtue, that is not the time to retreat into self-pity. It's time to sharpen your mind, strengthen your spirit, and test your endurance. Adversity isn't a barrier to greatness, it's the very training that reveals it. Why this matters? Because comfort breeds weakness, but adversity breeds toughness. Every insult, betrayal, and obstacle is a chance to build inner armor. The harder the world presses against you, the stronger you can become. How to apply it? Welcome resistance as training. It is your gym, your forge, your teacher. Reframe every setback as a rep, a lesson, a sharpening. Adversity isn't a roadblock, it's your training ground. And if you're wise enough to learn from it, every hardship becomes a stepping stone toward unshakable strength. Principle 5. Measure triumph by mastery of self, not the crowd's approval. In a world that increasingly rewards victimhood and punishes virtue, you must redefine what it means to win. Ask yourself, how is this strengthening me? Because those who suffer not build the deepest reservoirs of wisdom and resilience. Stoic reminder: the world cannot defeat a man who uses every hardship to grow stronger. Seneca said, a good character, once established, is not easily overthrown. Triumph is not about popularity. It's not about silencing every critic. It's about mastering yourself so deeply that public opinion passes through you. Like wind through a mountain pass, the Stoic man knows that external victories begin with internal ones, and because of that, they are unshakable. Why this matters? Because when you chase external validation, you become a slave to what you cannot control. But when you master yourself, you gain an invulnerability that can't be granted or taken away. True victory is silent, invisible to the crowd, but eternal in the soul. How to apply it? Focus each day on mastering one internal weakness: anger, fear, laziness, pride. Set goals based on personal excellence, not public applause. Remind yourself daily, victory is mine whenever I live by my highest values. Stoic reminder, your real battle is within, and it's the only one worth winning. Principle 6. Control your inner citadel. The Stoics spoke often of building an inner citadel, a fortress of the mind immune to outside chaos. Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you are under attack by slander, betrayal, loss, or hostility, your outer world may tremble, but if your mind is fortified, it remains invincible. And this inner fortress isn't built in times of peace. It's forged in storms, brick by brick, decision by decision, discipline by discipline. Why this matters? Because no enemy, no injustice, no setback can break a mind strengthened with reason, virtue, and resilience. Your mind is the final line of defense and your first source of power. Without an inner citadel, you're vulnerable to every insult, but with one, you are unbreakable. How to apply it? Train your mind daily through study, reflection, meditation, and discipline. Visualize hardship not as a threat, but as a test of your fortress. Your inner citadel isn't built to avoid pain, it's built to face it. And each hardship doesn't break you, it reinforces your strength brick by brick. Principle 7. Respond to hostility with excellence, not bitterness. What's the natural human response to unfair treatment? Anger, revenge, resentment. But the Stoic takes a higher path. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. You are not responsible for how others treat you, but you are fully responsible for how you respond. If you meet hostility with bitterness, you stoop to the level of your attackers. But if you meet it with calm, disciplined excellence, you rise far above their reach. Why this matters? Because bitterness erodes your soul faster than any external blow. Excellence becomes both your revenge and your reward. A man who stays true in a hostile world becomes a lighthouse in the storm. How to apply it? Channel the energy of injustice into relentless personal growth. Rise so far above your critics that they can't reach you anymore. Hold yourself to higher standards, not despite the hostility, but because of it. Stoic reminder, how you respond defines you more than how you are treated. Principle 8. Harness the power of anti-fragility, Stoicism teaches more than resilience. It teaches anti-fragility, the ability not just to endure, but to grow stronger from hardship. Epictetus told his students, difficulties are things that show what men are. An anti-fragile man doesn't just survive storms, he's sharpened by them. Every insult strengthens his patience. Every betrayal enhances his wisdom. Every defeat tempers his will. Why this matters? Because true greatness is not just enduring pain, but thriving because of it. The more the world pushes, the higher an anti-fragile man rises. Enemies unknowingly become part of your growth. How to apply it? In every trial, ask, how is this making me stronger? Don't just survive. Adversity. Harvest strength from it. Resistance is proof that your path matters. Stoic reminder, pressure is not your enemy, it is your forge. Once you stop fearing pressure and start treating it as training, you begin to understand. What truly matters is the quality of your action, not the outcome. Principle 9. Detach from the outcome. Focus on the excellence of the action. The Stoics warned, never tie your happiness to anything beyond your control. Marcus Aurelius said, you have embarked, you have made the voyage, you have come to shore. Get out. Your triumph doesn't lie in the result, but in how you acted. Did you act with justice? Did you endure nobly? Did you adapt wisely? Did you hold your inner fortress? If yes, you've already won, no matter what the world says. Why this matters? Because obsessing over outcomes makes you a victim of forces you can't control. Focusing on excellence makes you immune to despair. When you define success internally, you cannot lose. How to apply it? Set goals based on effort and virtue, not results. Measure success by your faithfulness to your principles. Treat external outcomes as secondary, never primary. Stoic reminder, victory is in the excellence of your effort, not the crowd's applause. Principle 10. Prepare yourself to outlast the storm. Men under pressure often think in terms of quick battles and instant wins. But the Stoic prepares for something deeper. He prepares to endure. Seneca wrote, it's not that life is short, it's that we waste much of it. Know this, storms pass, public opinion shifts, corrupt systems collapse. The man who builds for the long haul, who persists while others burn out, will be the one standing when the dust clears. Why this matters? Because most battles aren't won with force but with long-term endurance. The men who stay loyal to virtue over decades are the ones who shape the future. Time eventually rewards those who persist. How to apply it? Think in decades, not days. Build a life, a character, and a legacy that outlasts every storm. Know this? Today's quiet perseverance is tomorrow's triumph in seed form. Stoic reminder, victory doesn't always belong to the swift, but to those who keep going. Final thoughts, endure, adapt. Triumph. The world may attack your character. It may misinterpret your actions. It may mock your strength, masculinity, and virtue. Let it. You're not here to win the favor of a broken world. You're here to endure with silent dignity. Adapt with strategic wisdom. And triumph not through noise, but through excellence. And if you've come this far, stay with me for the final section, where we go beyond personal grit and talk about building an unshakable legacy. When you live with quiet perseverance and build for a lifetime, you realize true victory isn't about defeating others. It's about becoming someone that no opponent can shake. ****, you don't win by crushing your enemies. You win by becoming so excellent, so unshakable, so anti-fragile, that the attacks lose all meaning. ***, you don't need to shout. You don't need to explain. Your strength speaks for itself. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. You'll be pushed, you'll be tested, you'll fall, and rise again and again. But if you can endure insults without letting them sink into your soul, adapt tactics without betraying your essence, build your inner citadel, respond to hostility with calm excellence, grow stronger through hardship, detach from outcomes, and prepare to outlast the storm, then you will not just survive, you will triumph. Not by accident, not by permission, but by the undeniable power of your own disciplined undefeated. And virtuous will endure, adapt, triumph. The world has no defense against a man who masters these. And if you're ready to live as a quiet warrior in a loud age, then stay for the final words. They're meant just for you. If you're living in silence, if you're fighting when no one sees, if you're building a man who doesn't need applause to stand tall, then you're not alone. You're living right, silent. Endurance is something the world won't understand. And that's exactly why. It can't stop you. Voice steady, black and white scenes fading in and out. You don't need to prove yourself. You don't need to bow. You don't need permission. You just need to keep going. If this video spoke to you, hit like, subscribe to Stoicism Philosophy Daily, and share it with a brother walking his own quiet path. And if you're in the darkest part of your journey, watch this again, but next time as a warrior. Final screen with bold text: live quietly, fight relentlessly, become unshakable.